Hello, and welcome back to another 5-minute drum lesson where we get the information done in 5 minutes or less. On today's agenda, another foundational rudiment, the flam. So, another very important rudiment and one of our big, what is considered kind of the big four rudiments. We've already been through most of them, but you have the single stroke roll, the double stroke roll, the paradiddle, and as we'll discuss today, the flam. That basically make up the foundation of all the other rudiments, or most of them anyway. So there's also the buzz roll, or the multiple bounce roll, also known as the press roll, which isn't typically included in those big four, but I think it's a pretty important one to work on as well. So don't forget about the press roll. Can come in really handy and can add a nice flavor to your rhythms, your grooves, and your fills. So we want to think about that one a little bit at a later date, because today we're here for the flam. So basically, you can think about a flam as one note, one full stroke. Okay? So you have one hand that's going to play a full stroke. Just imagine a quarter note to keep it nice and simple. So you've got a big fat quarter note, and then what we add to it is what's called a grace note. And the grace note is just a small note that hits just before the beat or the note that you're playing. So basically something like that. And you can see that one stick's coming up higher, and the stick that comes up higher, that's your full stroke, that's your note. So if you have a flam on beat 1 and you're supposed to go 1, then what you want to imagine is your right hand going 1. If you're playing a right side, you can also play a left side flam. We'll look at that in a second. But you want to picture your right hand going 1. And your left hand is going just a second before it. So it's actually a tiny bit ahead of where that note should be played. So the full stroke is always playing the note, and the decorative note or the grace note is always just a tiny bit ahead of it. And the best way to go about this, and something important to keep in mind, is that the hands move at the same time. So the flam is not two separate movements. You shouldn't see the hands moving separately. Okay? They should come down at the exact same time. So you're coming up, down, boom. So the hands are really moving at the same time. And the key is just in the position that you're in. So you want your full stroke to be higher up, your grace note just off the pad there. So if you find this position, and then all we're going to do is lift up and drop them at the same time. And that's how you're going to develop a nice flam. But always be careful that you're getting a flam and both hands are dropping at the same time and you're not getting this. It's not that. It's everything comes down at the same time. Okay, so find your position just off the head, getting ready to play a full stroke. Up, down. Okay, that's a right flam. If you want to play a left flam, same thing, but you just switch it. So the left hand's going to play the full stroke now. Right hand plays the grace note, find the position, up, down. Find the position, up, down. Okay? And you could practice flams one side at a time. It's a good idea. And also put a little space between them. Don't just try to play through really fast. Find it, play a nice flam, and wait, and then do it again. Okay? So you're finding a nice position, figuring out exactly how you have to move to get that nice flam. Do both sides, and then ultimately what we want to do to play the actual flam rudiment is go one side right, one side left in an even rhythm. That's your flam rudiment. And you can take it It's all about playing clean, not playing fast. The speed will come. Speed comes from control, and control is developed by playing slowly. Have fun with it. See you on the next one.